Hi, and welcome everyone to the Leadership Summit's session on discovering your leadership style. This is hosted by the Holden Center for Leadership and Community Engagement. My name is Savannah, and I'm a program assistant at the Holden Center for Leadership and Community Engagement, and I put on these fun and engaging workshops like this one. Sophia is going to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm an outreach assistant for the Holden Center. I run our social media platforms and do work to connect with UO students and other community members.
Awesome. So this session, Discovering Your Leadership Style, is intended to take roughly 25 to 30 minutes, or it can be done at your own pace since it is an asynchronous online session. So we're going to hop ahead and Sophia is going to let us know what we're going to be doing this session.
So in today's workshop, we'll be reflecting on your leadership styles, and we're going to help you discover your leadership style. So there is no right or wrong answer. So follow along with this workshop. Despite being remote, this workshop will ask you to engage and reflect with the materials presented. It is intentionally designed and to be taken at your own speed as you need to in order to get the most out of it. So today we're going to reflect on what leadership means to us and how recognition of our leadership styles can empower our leadership. To start, we are briefly going to discuss leadership and what being a leader means. So you'll notice the journal button on the screen. This button is intended to let you know that you'll be asked to engage with prompts on the slides. So pick up a pen and pencil and let's jot down some ideas. So please think of yourself in a leadership context. So briefly describe a leadership position you hold or have held in the past. What is and what was your role in this leadership context? And did you contribute to the team? Did you work individually? Who did you lead? Your peers, your community members, etc. I'm going to give you a moment to think. So go ahead and pause the video and complete the journaling prompts.
All right, folks, welcome back. I hope you had a fun time reflecting on how you define yourself as a leader, and I hope that helped inform you of your leadership strengths and potential areas of improvement. And keep that in mind because we'll be returning to that later in this session. So I want to take a moment, and this is a little aside, to acknowledge that leadership and leaders are different depending on their ideology, geography, and lived experiences. And as leaders, it's important to deepen our awareness to ourselves in relation to the world around us. And this includes distinct cultures, perspectives, and beliefs. So keeping these things in mind, we're going to move forward with discovering our leadership style. Like Sophia reminded us earlier, there are no right or wrong answers. So whatever you get during this process, just know that it has its own strengths and that it works in totally different contexts depending on where you are as a leader and what point in your life. So let's get started and hop right in. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to pick up that pen or pencil, open a blank Word document that you've been reflecting on already, and we're going to look at these different prompts. And after I've read the prompts, I want you to think to yourself, which one do you identify with more, and write down the corresponding letter or number. So hopefully you have your journal or journaling device picked up. The first two prompts I'm going to read you are A, I'm generally calm and rational. I think of the process rather than the outcome, and I enjoy completing tasks and getting stuff done. If that resonates with you, write an A on your journal or on your electronic journaling device. In the second prompt, my passions are obvious to others in the way I talk. I get inspired and instantly think of what could be, and I prefer to collaborate and work with others. If that sounds like you, I want you to write a B in your journal. Take a moment to look over the two prompts again, which one resonates with you more, and then we're going to be moving on to the next two prompts. For our next two prompts, you're going to be writing down the corresponding number next to the letter that you wrote in the previous slides. So the first number prompt is, I am often hesitant to say what's on my mind. I think of the people involved. Group settings and conversations is where I learn best. So again, if that resonates with you, write a 1 next to your B or your A. And then prompt 2, I am rarely nervous to speak about my opinion. I want people to hear my big ideas, and I want everyone to work together for the outcome. So if that resonates with you or that feels like you as a leader, I want you to write down a 2, either next to that A or next to that B. So by now, you probably have either a 1, a 2, B1, or B2. And this corresponds to our leadership styles. So you just discovered your leadership style, and I'm going to help you walk you through what those individual numbers mean. Right now, I'm going to give you just a moment. We're going to pause the video. If you need to think back or look at the slide a little bit about which quadrant you feel like you fall into, I'm going to encourage you to do that now, and then we'll resume with some definitions and a little bit of exploration into each leadership style type. All right, welcome back, everyone. So hopefully you have your leadership style. Either you are A1, thinking and information, A2, action and task, B1, people and relationships, or B2, motivation and ideation. So what exactly do these leadership styles mean? I'm sure you're wondering this by now. And you can read a little bit about the styles to the side of each style on this slide presented, but I'm going to give you a little bit more information of how these styles show up in a group context and some of the questions that these styles may ask themselves. So we're going to start with A1, thinking and information. So thinking information, these individuals, and if you personally resonate with this leadership style, I want you to think to yourself, are you often asking, are we doing this in the most effective way possible? So showing up in a group, those in this quadrant are often in the minority, but their function is essential. If a group doesn't pay attention to this area, it will miss out on significant learning that comes from observation and analysis. So this group may also be missing important process steps or other ways to view a situation if they do not have these thinking and information individuals within their team. So thinking information leadership styles can be super beneficial. And again, there's no right or wrong leadership style. And maybe you're thinking and information in one context, but in a different leadership context, your action and task. So keep that in mind as we go through each one. We're going to be moving now to action and task, which is A2. So if you got that, this may resonate with you, the question of, are we doing what we said we would do and by when we said we would do it? So showing up in a group, if a group does not have the drivers, they must pick up the action task function, or they can fail to meet far-reaching goals. So these people are non-reactionary individuals with much ability in the other quadrants, and they also help ground the group. So also pretty essential. Next, we have people in relationships. So often you may ask yourself the question, are we getting along while we are doing it, while we're working in this team environment? So showing up in a group, you cannot have too much caring or respect as part of your capacity. It's the glue that's essential to any group dynamic. So these people in relationships, individuals, they often seek feedback and are super empathetic and supportive within this group team environment. And lastly, we have motivation and ideation. So these are the people that may be asking themselves, are people going to like what we are doing? So showing up in a group, those in this quadrant are often the light bulbs. So groups need this function to sparkle and kind of create and stir the pot and impassion people. So without these individuals in a group setting or in a leadership context, they may lack kind of the wonderment and kind of that motivation to aspire to do things. So these are the different leadership styles. And now we're going to do a little bit of reflection on what we got during our journaling activity prior. So this is another journaling reflection activity. And what I want you to do is I want you to think to yourself, do I agree with my description of my leadership style? Again, we're thinking about a single context, as we established at the very beginning of this workshop. So think of a single context, and if you agree with the leadership style that you got at the beginning of this little section of our workshop, then you can say you agree with it. If not, you can write about how you don't agree with it, but keeping in mind that single context. Next, I want you to journal about how does this leadership style show up in your life? And then lastly, how does knowing your team's individual leadership styles contribute to your teamwork? So I'm going to take a second here, have you pause your video so you can journal, and then we will get back together for our last section of the workshop.
Welcome back. Finally, we're going to look at how to practice and apply our leadership style and subsequent styles. We're going to explore how knowledge of our styles can better help us serve others and strengthen our leadership styles. So with your leadership style in mind, write 1 to 2 sentences about how a strength you recognize in your leadership and a goal you want to set to improve your leadership. Once you've taken a moment to do that, think about ways you can empower yourself and others through the discovery of your leadership style. So go ahead and pause the video now to reflect.
All right, welcome back, y'all. So hopefully you had a chance to reflect on your leadership goals and moving forward. We just want to take a moment to recognize that this workshop was rooted in reflection and also discovery. So as we consciously reflect on our leadership, we take time to synthesize our actions and hopefully learn from our past leadership endeavors how we can make our leadership more intentional and really expand our knowledge of our leadership styles past this session and into our work in the community. So we want to take a second to say thank you from the Holden Center. You can reach us at holden.uoregon.edu for more information about our leadership workshop programs. We are so excited to have presented to you all today. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for being here, y'all. Enjoy the rest of the summit.